The hidden cost of modern chaos. What Japanese minimalists know that you don't. What if I told you that everything you've been taught about productivity is slowly destroying your ability to think clearly? Right now, as you're watching this, your brain is fighting an invisible battle against a system designed to scatter your focus into 1,000 useless pieces. Japanese minimalists discovered something that Western culture refuses to acknowledge, and it's the reason why you feel mentally exhausted even when you haven't accomplished anything meaningful. If this resonates with you and you're ready to reclaim your mental clarity, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because we're about to dive deep into principles that could completely transform how you approach your day. And if you find value in what we're sharing, a like really helps us reach others who need this message too.
The multitasking myth that's stealing your life. Japanese minimalists have uncovered a truth that challenges everything modern society teaches about efficiency. Attempting to handle multiple tasks simultaneously isn't evidence of competence, it's a hidden saboteur of genuine achievement. Each transition between activities depletes cognitive resources, similar to a phone battery draining imperceptibly in the background. You might believe you're maximizing productivity, but you're actually dispersing your mental power across countless battlefronts. Consider attempting to absorb 3 novels simultaneously. You capture glimpses of each narrative, but never experience the complete journey. Task switching also amplifies errors, compelling you to revisit work you believed was finished. Minimalists prioritize concentrated engagement over scattered activity because they've discovered that excellence consistently outperforms volume. By maintaining singular focus until completion, they preserve both time and cognitive clarity, luxuries most individuals unknowingly squander. The deception stems from micro-rewards your brain receives during each task transition. You respond to a notification, compose a brief email, check the simmering pot. This feels like advancement, correct? However, each fleeting interruption creates mental residue that impairs thinking for minutes afterward. Long-term, this fragmented methodology erodes self-discipline, making it increasingly difficult to complete anything significant. Japanese minimalists circumvent this by establishing deliberate concentration periods throughout their day, where disruptions are prohibited. This isn't punishment, it's mental protection. Once you experience the satisfaction of complete attention on a single activity, multitasking begins feeling like chaos you can't fathom tolerating. Take a moment to think about your own day. When was the last time you truly lost yourself in deep work? Share your experience in the comments below. I read every single one, and your insights help our entire community grow.
The flow state revolution. Recall the last occasion you became completely absorbed in an activity. Perhaps constructing something, drafting a presentation, or organizing a space. Hours elapsed, yet you felt invigorated rather than depleted. That's the distinction between fragmented attention and pure concentration. Minimalists architect their days to invite this flow state. They employ small ceremonies like organizing their workspace before beginning or silencing devices to signal their brain it's time for deep engagement. This consistency not only enhances productivity, but strengthens discipline by training the mind to resist distraction. Once your brain adapts to profound work, the chaos of multitasking becomes unbearable. In Japan, craftsmanship is celebrated not merely for end results, but for the process itself. A master chef doesn't rush to create 10 dishes simultaneously. He perfects one creation at a time, ensuring every element is flawless. Japanese minimalists apply this principle to daily life. They allocate specific periods for individual tasks, eliminating the temptation to begin something else midstream. For instance, they might dedicate 45 minutes exclusively to writing, then pause briefly before transitioning to the next activity. This rhythm enables deeper immersion, clearer thinking, and work without mental chaos. It's the complete opposite of the Western always busy mentality, and that's precisely why it succeeds.
Training your focus like a muscle. Deep concentration resembles a muscle. Without training, it remains weak. Multitasking is equivalent to constantly interrupting your workout to check your phone. You'll never develop strength that way. Minimalists treat focus as a skill requiring consistent practice. They create environments where distractions are physically eliminated. No open browser tabs, no buzzing notifications, no background television. Initially, this stillness feels unusual, even uncomfortable, but gradually, it becomes addictive. When your mind learns complete immersion, not just the speed, but the quality of your work improves dramatically. Adopting the singular focus mindset requires courage, because you must accept that certain tasks can wait. But this is exactly where discipline develops. Choosing not to chase every incoming demand, and instead giving your best to the one thing before you. Envision a task list with fewer items, but each completed with excellence rather than haste. Minimalists understand this is the path to lasting progress. The result is a quieter, more intentional existence, where every action carries weight and purpose.
The hidden cost of saying yes. Japanese minimalists recognize that every agreement carries an invisible price. It removes time, energy, and focus from something else. Overcommitment often begins with noble intentions, helping a colleague, joining a project, accepting invitations, but soon your schedule becomes a battlefield of conflicting demands. The more you agree to, the less you can offer full presence to anything. Minimalists choose carefully because they understand that time is a limited resource, not an endless well. Each decision is evaluated against their core priorities, ensuring they commit only to what truly matters. This isn't selfishness, it's self-preservation. When you say yes to excessive things, you often say no to yourself without realizing it. Your rest time vanishes, your projects stagnate, and even small personal goals get postponed. In Japan, it's common to politely decline offers by expressing gratitude without over-explaining. A simple, "Thank you, but I can't right now," suffices. This preserves relationships while protecting personal boundaries. Minimalists view commitments as contracts. They don't sign unless they can deliver completely. This mindset avoids the guilt, stress, and rushed efforts that accompany spreading yourself too thin, creating space for what matters. Think of your time as a pristine white canvas. Each commitment is a mark, some light, some heavy. Overcommitment transforms that canvas into a chaotic collage of overlapping scribbles, leaving no space for meaningful work. Minimalists maintain their canvas clear enough to create something significant. By limiting commitments, they gain flexibility to handle unexpected challenges without burning out. They live by the principle that doing fewer things exceptionally well surpasses doing many things poorly. Once you experience the freedom of an uncluttered schedule, you'll see how overcommitment was quietly stealing your focus all along. Selective engagement is the art of being present only where your presence truly matters. Japanese minimalists excel at this, not because they avoid responsibility, but because they value impact over appearance. They don't attend every meeting, accept every social invitation, or respond to every urgent request. Instead, they reserve energy for actions aligned with their values and long-term goals. This deliberate approach prevents their time and focus from being hijacked by other people's agendas. It's a quiet but powerful form of discipline that ensures complete engagement when they choose to participate.
The power of saying no strategically. Many individuals fear that declining will make them appear rude or uncooperative. In reality, agreeing too often makes you less reliable because you can't deliver your best when stretched thin. Minimalists counter this by having clear criteria for engagement. Will this matter in a year? Does it align with my priorities? Can I realistically give it my full attention? If the answer is no, they release it. This mental filter not only protects their time, but also enhances the quality of their contributions when they do agree. Living with selective engagement also means leaving room for the unexpected, the serendipitous opportunities that can't be planned. Overcommitment closes those doors because you're already overloaded. Minimalists maintain open space in their schedules, allowing them to respond to life's best surprises without stress. It's like reserving empty seats at a dinner table. You never know who might appear, but you're ready to welcome them.
The MA principle, space between things. In Japan, many offices and homes follow the principle of MA, the space between things. It's not just about minimalism, it's about allowing room for the mind to breathe. A Japanese minimalist workspace might contain a single notebook, a pen, and a laptop. Nothing else. This isn't deprivation, it's precision. Every object has a purpose, and if it doesn't serve the current task, it's stored away. This method removes friction from starting work and eliminates the subtle stress caused by unnecessary items lying around. Such spaces are also designed for easy resets. Storage solutions are simple, often hidden, so surfaces stay clear without requiring massive cleaning sessions. Minimalists know that the easier it is to maintain order, the more likely you'll stick with it. They invest in quality storage boxes, drawers, and shelves, not for decoration, but to make tidiness effortless. Creating a Japanese-inspired workspace doesn't require complete renovation. Start by removing everything from your desk, then replace only what you need for today's work. If an item isn't used daily, store it elsewhere. Over time, this practice trains your brain to associate your workspace with action, not hesitation.
Structure, the foundation of freedom. Japanese minimalists know that freedom without structure often leads to wasted days. Many people believe that not having a plan gives them flexibility, but in reality, it often creates decision fatigue. Without a clear path, the brain constantly asks, "What should I do next?" And every choice, no matter how small, consumes mental energy. This leads to procrastination, rushed work, and a constant feeling of falling behind. Minimalists combat this by building a simple, repeatable daily framework that eliminates unnecessary decisions. They decide in advance when to wake, when to work, and when to rest, leaving less room for chaos to intrude. Think of structure as scaffolding for your day. It holds everything in place so your focus can stay on actual work, not on figuring out the sequence of operations. Without it, even small tasks take longer because you keep stopping to decide what comes next. Minimalists often use time blocking, assigning certain hours for deep work, errands, and even leisure. This makes the day predictable in the best way, freeing mental bandwidth for creativity and problem solving.
Time anchoring, creating automatic habits. Time anchoring is a simple but powerful concept, linking your activities to specific times or events so they happen automatically. Japanese minimalists use this to keep their days consistent without relying on constant motivation. For example, they might start work exactly 30 minutes after breakfast or review goals right before evening tea. These anchors transform actions into habits, reducing the mental strain of remembering to be productive. When your day has natural anchors, you eliminate the biggest enemy of focus, decision overload. You don't waste time wondering when you should start. You just start because that's what comes next in the sequence. The beauty of time anchoring is that it adapts to your lifestyle. You can have as many or as few anchors as you like, as long as they're consistent. Over time, these patterns train your mind to enter work mode or relaxation mode almost instantly, without the messy transition period most people struggle with.
Protecting your mental bandwidth. Japanese minimalists understand that the brain can only process so much before losing clarity. Constant stimulation, scrolling through social media, jumping between videos, checking notifications every few minutes, floods the mind with fragmented information. It feels exciting in the moment, but quietly erodes focus and discipline. The brain becomes addicted to novelty, making it harder to stick with anything requiring patience. Minimalists avoid this trap by limiting sensory input, creating space for deeper thinking. Overstimulation is like consuming sugar all day. You get energy bursts followed by inevitable crashes. The constant chase for what's next keeps you restless, unable to enjoy the task in front of you. Minimalists understand that attention is a finite resource, and every unfiltered input steals a portion of it. This is why they carefully curate what they consume, whether it's media, conversations, or even their physical environment.
Controlled input, quality over quantity. Controlled input is the Japanese minimalists' answer to overstimulation. Instead of letting the world decide what they see and hear all day, they create intentional boundaries. They might set specific times to check messages, limit the number of shows they follow, or even rearrange their phone's home screen to remove distracting apps. This isn't restriction, it's strategy. By controlling input, they control the mental state in which they work, rest, and live. One powerful example is how minimalists approach technology. Rather than keeping endless tabs open or notifications buzzing, they use their devices as tools, not toys. The goal of controlled input is simple: give your mind room to think, not just react. When you decide what enters your mental space, you also decide how much energy and discipline you have left for meaningful work. Over time, this practice rewires your attention span, making it easier to stay with challenging tasks without distraction. Once you see how much more productive and peaceful life feels with controlled input, you stop chasing stimulation and start valuing stillness. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Which of these Japanese minimalist principles resonates most with your current situation? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation. Your insights might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Ready to transform your relationship with focus and reclaim your mental clarity? Stop the overwhelm, eliminate the chaos, and embrace intentional living. The Path to Effortless Focus is your comprehensive guide to a lighter, more purposeful existence. Get the complete system now and begin your transformation today. Link in the description and pinned comment below.